A reading from the book of Isaiah. Today is January 5th. Our reading from Isaiah is chapter 36. In the 14th year of King Hezekiah, King Sennacherib of Assyria marched against all the fortified towns of Judah and seized them. From Lachish to the king of Assyria sent the Rabshakeh with a large force to King Hezekiah in Jerusalem. The Rabshakeh took up a position near the conduit of the upper pool by the road of the fuller's field. And Eliakim, son of Hilkiah, who was in charge of the palace, Shebna the scribe, and Joah, son of Asaph, the recorder, went out to him. The Rabshakeh said to them, "You tell Hezekiah, thus said the great king, the king of Assyria, what makes you so confident? I suppose mere talk makes counsel and valor for war. Look, on whom are you relying that you have rebelled against me? You are relying on Egypt, that have splintered reed of a staff, which enters and punctures the palm of anyone who leans on it. That's what Pharaoh, king of Egypt, is like to all who rely on him. And if you tell me that you rely on the Lord your God, he is the very one whose shrines and altars Hezekiah did away with, telling Judah and Jerusalem, you must worship only at this altar. Come now, make this wager with my master, the king of Assyria. I'll give you 2,000 horses if you can produce riders to mount them. So how could you refuse anything, even to the deputy of one of my master's lesser servants, relying on Egypt for chariots and horsemen? And do you think that I have marched against this land to destroy it without the Lord? The Lord himself told me, go up against that land and destroy it." Eliakim, Shebna, and Joah replied to the Rabshakeh, "Please speak to your servant in Aramaic, since we understand it. Do not speak to us in Judean in the hearing of the people on the wall." But the Rabshakeh replied, "Was it to your master and to you that my master sent me to speak those words? It was precisely to the men who are sitting on the wall, who will have to eat their dung and drink their urine with you." And the Rabshakeh stood and called out in a loud voice in Judean, "Hear the words of the great king, the king of Assyria. Thus said the king, don't let Hezekiah deceive you, for he will not be able to save you. Don't let Hezekiah make you rely on the Lord, saying, the Lord will surely save us. This city will not fall into the hands of Assyria. Don't listen to Hezekiah, for thus said the king of Assyria, make your peace with me and come out to me, so that you may all eat from your vines and your fig trees and drink water from your cisterns, until I come and take you away to a land like your own, a land of bread and wine, of grain, fields, and vineyards. Beware of letting Hezekiah mislead you by saying the Lord will save us. Did any of the gods of the other nations save his land from the king of Assyria? Where were the gods of Hamath and Arpad? Where were the gods of Sepharvaim? And did not they save Samaria from me, which among all the gods of those countries saved their countries from me, that the Lord should save Jerusalem from me?" But they were silent and did not answer him with a single word, for the king's order was, do not answer him. And so Eliakim, son of Hilkiah, who was in charge of the palace, Shebna the scribe, and Joah, son of Asaph, the recorder, came to Hezekiah with their clothes rent, and they reported to him what the Rabshakeh had said.